Morning, everybody. 8:10 a.m. It's February 6th. Welcome to my channel. Yesterday, pretty weird in the markets. You could just see how Nasdaq kind of drives the market some days. Um, the NQ 100 specifically is that Nvidia had a nice day, and Apple. But then the rest of the market, I mean, semiconductor sector, but the rest of the market wasn't that great. However, the market still like didn't fall apart, right? So and the Qs are just queuing up energy to try to break out. They just haven't really had that big breakout. So it's kind of weird what's happening in the market. If you look under the hood, there's a lot of sectors that are like selling off. Not huge, but they're like weakening, while like the market really isn't weakening. So if they pick up and start getting bid up again, and the Nasdaq pushes up, like the Big Mac 7 pushes up with the rest of the market, we should get a big push higher. Because, when I'm looking at all my swing trade, which is a big list, there was not much to look at yesterday other than semis and like Eli Lilly or something. There wasn't much besides semis, and Apple had an okay day. So it's weird. It's almost like if you look at the market, you're like, oh, all right, we didn't do that bad. But internally, like in the broad market, it's just like, whoa, man, a lot of stocks did not do very good yesterday. Just a thought. All right, welcome to my channel. My name's Steven Gonzalez. I use market profile, bond profile, market profile, and volume profile to find structure in the market, along with supply and demand, cam exposure levels, anchored VWAPs, and of course, high volume composite nodes, which is the most traded price of the year, the month, the rolling week, and the previous day. It just helps me find structure very easily with a really quick precision of just looking at a chart. I don't have to look at candles. I don't have to look at anything. I could just look at those levels, and they can tell me who's in charge. That's really all why I use those. All right, and subscribe and set an alert if you haven't already. You can wait now. You can do it now. Give me a thumbs up. Be much appreciated. You can always follow me on X at Gonzo719. All right, we can get right into the watch list for the futures, and let's see what we have going on this morning. We have Ether's up 1.46, Bitcoin's up 1.08, crude been getting beat down a little bit, catching a bid, up 0.93, Nasdaq's up 0.14, gold up 0.11. That's interesting. So that means the dollar must have went down, which it has. 30-year bonds being bought. Had a bunch of big selling days lately. Okay. ES is basically flat, but up 0.05. 10-year yield will most likely be close to flat to down a little bit, but well up to 4.16 yield. Silver is kind of flat. The dollar is only down a little bit, I mean, pretty much flat. The Dow is only slightly down, pretty much flat. Russell is down 0.14, and the VIX is down 0.73. Okay, so that's what we have going on there. All right, moving on to the Mag 7 Plus. Who's the leader today? Baba. Baba's supposed to report earnings. Let's see. They're reporting earnings tomorrow. So Baba's up. Now Nvidia is just a monster. It's a monster. It's over $700 a share. That is insane. Okay? It's just unstoppable. It's up 1.3%. Okay, Meta up 0.86. Roblox up 0.71. Now, is there laggards today? Amazon down 0.41. AMD, interesting, down 0.96, almost a percent. Okay, Tesla's just got a downgrade. That is down 1.17%. That is a dog right now. It just keeps getting beaten down. Pretty interesting. All right, moving on to top sector stocks. Okay, Eli Lilly reported earnings. Obviously, good beats, up almost 5%. UPS just had horrible earnings, but now they got an upgrade, so they're up 1.6%. Disney is going to be reporting earnings. Okay. Laggards, Procter and Gamble and McDonald's. McDonald's also got a downgrade. They are down 0.37. That's the first time they missed sales in 4 years. Okay. Now, if we look at my swing stocks. Okay. So Palantir beat earnings. Okay. They are up 18% as I'm speaking. Spotify also had earnings. Oh, wait, let me make sure of that. Did they have earnings? Yes, they did. Did this morning. Okay, just want to make sure. Super Microcomputer is another one that's just like parabolic. Every day it's up, it's up, it's up, it's up 1.56%. Cisco up 1.49. All right, AI is up. ARM, they're going to be reporting earnings up 1.27. Win up 1.14. That's enough of that. All right, that's what's there. Let's see who's lagging this morning. DocuSign down 3.23. That's the biggest loser. Raytheon, Carnival Cruise Lines, Adobe, not big, not down big at all by any means. So not a lot of weakness in those mix of my swing stocks. Okay. Okay, moving on to sectors. Let's look at these today, this morning. Healthcare up 0.48. Eli Lilly. All right. Communications up 0.31. That's Meta. Semis, Nvidia. Okay. Energy. And what's the laggards today? Real estate, doesn't matter. Financials 0.15. That's the second largest sector. Discretionary is the fourth largest sector in the S&P, and that is down 0.31 due to Amazon and Tesla being down. Okay, that's what's going on there. Now we can move on to some economic calendars, some news. Okay, let's look at that. Let's look at that. The calendar for today. We have not much going on but Fed speak. Fed Mester, 12 p.m. Fed Kashkari at 1 p.m. Fed Collins at 2 p.m. That's really it. You don't have to, there is no 9:45, 10 a.m. releases that are big deals. Okay. So, I usually set an alarm for that. So I don't really have anything going on there. I don't think there's much to talk about there. Upgrades, downgrades. Look, LI Auto got an upgrade. Palantir upgrades. UPS upgrades. Talked about this already. Bristol Myers Squibb downgrade. Chegg downgrade. Chevron downgrade. McDonald's downgrade. We talked about that. Plug Power downgrade. Tesla downgrade. All right. And then ON Semiconductor got a price target raise. Caterpillar got a price target raise. Costco, just another monster, price target raise. That's it there. Okay. Anything else? Lilly, we just talked about that. Eli Lilly. Then the U.S. FAA chief to face questions on Boeing after MAX 9 emergency. So Boeing's just not doing too good. Now I'm going to quickly go over to see if there's anything of note here. There's an NXP semiconductor chip. Let's see if we get here. Yeah, right here. Chip forecast first quarter profit above target and reported better than expected revenue. All right. Spotify. Let's see what else. I just want to make sure that there's nothing too crazy. And let's see what else here. There's a lot of news here. I just want to make sure I get through everything here. Nothing much else. Nothing much else. All right, that kind of covers that. Actually, let's look at just the earnings. So today, before the open, Eli Lilly, Spotify, I don't know how you say that. I think it's Fiserv, Hertz, BP earnings as well, Toyota, Spirit. That's what we reported before the open today. After the close today, Snap, Enphase, Ford, Chipotle, Fortinet, Amgen, Gilead. All right. So, and then tomorrow you got ARM, Disney, Win, Uber, CVS, Health, Roblox. Okay, that's before the open. So let's move on. We'll go to a daily chart. All right, let's do that. All right, let's look at what the SPY did yesterday. Okay, do a little zoom. So, what did we do yesterday? We opened here, closed here. Okay, we did go down initially and found support right here, and then we kind of pushed up, and then it kind of just died at the close. Okay, so you had an inside day of Friday. Okay, inside day of Friday, where we at now, 493.05. So basically 493. We're right in the middle of yesterday. Not a great place to be in the middle. I believe yesterday we opened close to the middle. You see what happened. We have an inside day. Now, if we have another inside day, get ready probably for a breakout soon to happen. Okay, coiling up energy. All right, Qs. The Qs. Here's the Qs. Look at this level right here, about 429, 430. Okay, last month's highs, last week's highs. Okay, now this market, I would expect to push through this eventually. Okay, it just hasn't yet. It just hasn't yet. Yesterday, you didn't, like I said, even out of the Mag 7, Microsoft kind of had a bad day. Meta, Amazon, like a lot of them did not, they were negative. But Apple was, Nvidia was up. So if they all turn around, we should get a breakout here. All right, now where's the Qs now? 429.40. 429.40. They are right up at the highs of yesterday. So queuing up a lot of energy there, and you'll see in the market profile, volume profile here, but I can actually put it up here. Let's see if I can just get that up here, and we can see the volume. See this here, this volume here, queuing up here. That is a lot of volume, right up here. So you're queuing up, possibly for a move to happen. Okay, don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's waiting to pop. Could be the blow off top. Could be another leg higher. Who knows with this market? It's nuts. Okay, nuts market. Let me take that out. And we can move on to the 10-year yield, because that market has been a little nuts. Huge move up in yields 2 days in a row. So I don't know what this market is trying to price in. I know, like Fed on 60 Minutes, Powell walking back cuts. Probably this is why these yields are rising up. But now we're above the 200-day moving average. I don't know what's going to happen, but you have a 4.2 resistance and a 4.08 support. Have to see what really happens with the 10-year yield. All right. So really have to see What happens there? Do we have much fear in this market, in the VIX? Um, Not really. Right now we're at 13.56. Okay, so the fear is not really there yet. And then the dollar made a strong move, big move right here. Boom, broke out of this range above the 200-day moving average, hit the 100-day moving average. Now we're in a little range. If we could push through 104.6, could move up to 105.3. Okay, so this is not good for commodities and equities, generally speaking. The higher dollar, not good for metals. Have to see, right? That's a wait and see. All right, now we can move on to the market profile, volume profile, to really find the structure in this market. Okay, and you're going to see what I'm talking about here. That's what I love. Right away with the market profile and the volume profile, right away you can see what the market's doing without even looking at anything. Okay, so the most traded price in the 24 hours is here, right? That's this chart right here. So let's look at this profile for the rolling week. So we got here, and we have value area. 70% of the trade is right here. So the highlighted blue, right? And then we don't have much excess here. So it's kind of looking like a balancy kind of profile again. Queuing up, right? Queuing up. So let's look at this together. So yesterday what happened was that month-to-day VWAP acted as support. You see it right here? Right there, acted as support. It's also a demand zone. All right, we came into the demand zone, couldn't go lower, and we popped up, and then we just kind of balanced off for the rest of the session. Okay, now if we're going to look at this, okay, now there's one thing I put back on my charts that because it's a new year. Now this price right here, 49.16, right? It's not only the most traded price of the last month, it's the most traded price of the year. So we're above that. Okay, it's the most traded price of the year as well. Okay, I know we're only early into February, but it's just a huge price. Okay, as long as you stay above that, pretty much a bullish market. All right, now let's look at yesterday. Okay, let's look at yesterday. We had a high put in here, 49.77, low 49.37. Okay, we closed at the midpoint of yesterday. Now, that was inside there, right? Because here's a big session from the previous Friday, right? Closed inside that session. Now we have another little baby session overnight here, overnight high, overnight low, inside yesterday's session. Okay, and it's a balanced profile. So you're really not you're not in a gray area. You're more of in a chop area, if anything. Okay, you're in a really big chop area, and you got really close supply zones here, and you got a demand zone right here, right by the month to date VWAP. Okay, now the week to date VWAP is showing you. That's the beauty of the VWAPs. They're trend lines as well. Look, this week to date VWAP is very flat, which means there's no trend. It means it's early in the week, but really it's showing you there's really no trend. Okay, really no trend. So what you got to wait for really in this market is a move up or a move down. That's it. And see how the overall market is. It was really weird yesterday because it was not strong, but then we moved up with Apple and semis and Nvidia off the bottom because it was not strong. Okay, just shows you the power of the weighted index. All right, so real quick, let's go to if there's any nuance. Yes, there is. I failed to I'm gonna expand this so we can really get a better look. All right, so we have a weak low. Okay, and I don't talk about this weak low a lot because I don't see it a lot, but I just want to show you something. This is where value comes into play. Okay, value is just 70% of where price is traded for the day or for the week. Right, this is the week value, and then you have each day has a value area. So yesterday's value area was here. I have it highlighted in blue. In blue. Okay, I want you to notice something. Overnight low is right here at the value area. That is now a weak low. So the overnight low is now a weak low, which is like 49.54. Why is that? Right? Because if you had all this trade overnight, right, and everybody's long from this point, and yesterday's value area low was this point, and remember, 70% of the trade has happened in this area. So 70% of the people are, let's say, in this area, right? And they're long. If you break this area, you are going to, doesn't mean you fall apart. It just should cause a quick move down. Okay? That's why I love value areas and all that stuff, right? So that is a key level there, 49.54. All right. I'm not saying you could trade this like a scalp, put a sell stop at the low here and wait for that excursion, do a scalp, and then you're out. Again, I'm not a financial person. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying I used to trade like that. I don't really like to trade like that anymore. But that is a possible thing. That should cause a little boop. All right, should get excursion in that move. Okay, so now let's talk about scenarios here. Okay, let's go to a bullish scenario. Let's go with scenarios. Okay, so we're in a bullish structure. Okay, we have the now I did make a mistake, not a mistake, but while charting, I did notice a demand zone, and it was so big. I generally don't like putting huge demand zones. That's why I put a line, because it was so big. But we did go into this demand zone yesterday, and then we hit monthly VWAP, which generally is confluence for me to go long. And this morning I was like, oh, I noticed that yesterday and I didn't chart it, so I put it on my chart. Okay, so if this market comes down, breaks through this weak low, like I said, and now you're back in demand and you tag this, and also you have the RTH low from yesterday, this could be the launch point that you move up and go higher. Okay, because remember, we're in the middle of the muddle here. You need to test an extreme to get some movement. You need to go to test. So that's really what I have here. To see any kind of bullish, they have to defend this monthly VWAP and yesterday's lows. And you got a demand zone. So I will be looking at that. Okay. Now, as far as bearish, okay, you do have supply. 2 supply, 3 supply zones overhead. 3 of them. Okay. So for me, this one's kind of close. Okay. Let's see. For me, I would probably want to see this one. Get some weakness. And now you have the most traded price of yesterday. Might become the most traded price of the week. If we break through this, right, now you have that weak low right here to break. Boom. You break that. Now the opposite, right? If you come through, hold, break through that monthly VWAP in yesterday's lows, we are going to test 49.16. Okay, we're going to test it. Now, huge would be to break that, hold, and break. Now you're really going to go down. Is that a possibility? Of course. Right? That would mean This is the line in the sand for the for bear and the bull. Below this, hole below it, that is bearish. That is no longer, well, this, you could still be in an uptrend. Don't get me wrong, but this is really bearish. Okay, 49.16, a hold below that, that's bearish. All right, let's move on to the Nasdaq. Right, remember the Nasdaq just has the semis, Nvidia. Geez, it's just crazy, right? And you can see, okay, with this profile. All right, let's look at the profile. Let's look at the structure. You can see here. Here's the week, right? Here's value area of the week all up here. 70% of the trade has happened. Now, not 70% like time-wise, 70% of contracts. The most contracts have traded in that area, okay? This is what you would call a bullish imbalance. It's imbalanced to the upside, which means you need to make excess in the profile. Okay? Just quick thing for everybody who doesn't understand what I'm saying. A regular bell curve is like this. Okay? Got the middle and you got the tails. That's normal distribution. Okay? That's how a bell curve works. And usually most profiles every day are bell curved. Okay? So this usually is not sustainable. You need to make this have excess at the top. Okay? And if you look to the left, you can just see why. You have all these shorts, even way back, that really haven't got broken yet. Okay? That's that reason. Okay? Now, one big thing that changed yesterday was the most traded price of the month and the year are here at 17,700 in the Nasdaq. Okay, that means the most traded price of this year, the most contracts traded, is at 17,700 for this year, January, February, and also for the rolling month. Price is above that. That is bullish. Okay, that is bullish. Now, the most traded price of the week is down here. However, that should change and move it up to here, and then you'll have ultimate balance, which just means that it's ready to queue up and go. Okay? This is ready to go. Doesn't mean it has to go. It's just ready. Okay? And if you look, week to date VWAP's green, price is over it, right? This month's VWAP, price is above it. Buyers are in control in the Nasdaq. Okay? Now, conversely, if you really get away lower from that level, it could spell pretty big sell-off. Okay? So, what do we have going on right now? It's a different picture in the Nasdaq right now. Okay? So, let's look at this together. Okay? So, price is here. You have a very balanced overnight profile. That's not a lot of edge, okay? Even the inventory, not a lot of edge. But you do have this big level here, 17,700, and you're over it. You're over it, okay? You want the bulls to defend this level. Now, what happens to be by this level? Week to date VWAP. Okay? Even yesterday's most traded price. And the most traded price of the year. Okay, and the month. Just a big level there. That's what you want the bulls to defend. Okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to make that profile have excess. You're going to break finally out of this consolidation. Okay? All right, so this is yesterday's highs. You can see in the overnight we went over yesterday's highs and we were gapping up, but we're no longer gapping up. Okay? But this is just very bullish structure. It is very bullish. Okay? Now, here's yesterday's highs, yesterday's lows. Yes, overnight highs, overnight lows. We're at the top of yesterday's session, very bullish. Okay, close was here. We're above the close. Okay, now yesterday the same thing. I did not put this demand zone on my chart, which was a mistake. Okay, because we came in, look at that, it literally tipped into this demand zone, and monthly VWAP was right here. And I said it yesterday, if you clean these singles or go into them and you find support, it's bullish. And that's what happened. Didn't even go into the singles and boop. Okay, so very simple today. Very simple on the NASDAQ. I really will have my eye on this NASDAQ. All right, what you want to defend. All right, now the midpoint of yesterday is 17649. Okay, here's the overnight low. Okay, really the area to defend is this area. Okay, now second defense is the midpoint of yesterday and another demand zone. So I want to make sure you guys, everybody understands that this is the big level. Okay, but you need to get all the way probably down to yesterday's lows to really put some scared in some sellers. All right, and into some buyers, fear into some buyers. Okay, so here's the first scenario. All right, let's do that for the bulls. Okay, this is kind of clear, so this is what I like about this one. All right, so we know, like I just said, this level's huge. So this is the first defense level for bulls. You can go up, and I can have a feeling it might even go up and try to break out, fail, come back in here, hit week to day VWAP. At worst, goes down the overnight low and tips its hand, higher low, comes above that huge level, and then that's the move that it breaks out. And it might take, of course, it might just do it off the open. I probably won't be interested in that much if it does that off the open. Okay, but that's one. Okay, another one is pulling back, getting everybody scared. This could be a little bit of a bear trap, coming back into yesterday's midpoint and another demand zone. Could also find it here. Okay, and then still there's another demand zone, and monthly VWAP can still, and you try to go into these singles and come out of these singles, that is bullish. You want to go up and see if you can break out. Okay, still all bullish. That is still all bullish. Now the one thing that I'm going to show you this scenario is if it does just stay up here and push up, only thing I'm interested in is if it pushes up and it pulls back to go. That's kind of like the only way I'd probably interested if it doesn't give you some weakness first. Okay, so really have my eye on this and really try to be patient with it. Okay, now as far as the bear, okay, probably like I said, if you hold here and try to break this level, and you say you do this and now you start putting in lower highs, right? I'd really have to see this break that huge level, come under it, hold, and then you have to still fight through these demand zones in monthly VWAP. Now if it does that and you start eating away at these singles, you're gonna go to Friday's lows. All right, and there's not much here, there's not much support here to not test all the way to 173.50. Okay, but that's a hard road to go through. Could happen though. Okay, I'm leaning towards the bull side. Okay, hope all that made sense. Okay, please subscribe, set an alert if you haven't already. All right, if you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. Okay, you can always follow me on X. That's at Gonzo719. Okay, I wish everybody luck today. Stay green. Remember, no sitting on hands is a trade as well. All right, I need to take my own advice some days too. I'm human too. All right, so I wish everybody good luck, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.